evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche Latina in the NBA. An annual tradition celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We're going to have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. It's out on the road tomorrow as the Knicks wrap up this home stretch. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season. They were blanked in this matchup a season ago. No wins in 3 tries. They'll try to improve on that dismal record here.
And going back to last season, they really struggled for wins. And even against a team like this with comparable talent, they didn't manage 1 win in the season series.
Yeah, and you know they wanted to have a better showing against them. Maybe they can take a step in the right direction tonight, guys.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. And it's Dragic in at the point. Here's Whiteside. It's rebounded by New York. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he had.
Now here's a Flalo after the miss from Goran Dragic. And here's Anthony for 3. They get it back. And Lopez throws it down.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, G8, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Now here's Bosch. He's had his share of big nights at the offensive end, that's for sure. His scoring average is at 18 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Anthony against Dang. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. Here's a Flalo. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Flalo's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now here's Wade. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. 2 on the clock. Count the bucket.
There they go. Finally able to drop one in on their 4th try.
The Knicks leading by 4. Calderon kicks to Anthony. New York moving it around. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. And stolen by Whiteside. And here we go with Dang running it up the floor. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Anderson, he's checked in for Miami. For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to Oklahoma City. Anthony dishes to Lopez. Back to Anthony. It's stolen by Dang. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Flalo against Wade. Outside Dragic. And that's going to be a treble.
We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. But those turnovers could have been avoided. Careless mistakes.
Absolutely. They have got to get a tighter handle on the ball.
Here's Porzingis. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Dishes it to Calderon. Cannot hit. And it's Miami the other way. Wade outside. Outside Dan. To the left side wing. Oh, and here comes Calderon all alone. The dish now to Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Bosch, the screen. Dragic, the pass to Bosch. 5 to shoot. Taken away by Anthony. The feed now to Calderon. Pass to Porzingis. Anthony on the wing. 5 on the clock. And the layup is good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
And the Heat making a change here. Udrich is checked back in. Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Shot clock at 3. Wade. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
Now here's Calderon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And it's Anthony again missing. Bosch, that's the pick for Wade. Passes it to Dan. Trying to get back on track. The Knicks leading by 8. Calderon with it. Kicks it to Aflalo. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
A different look for New York. Serafin comes in for Robin Lopez. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. And Miami with a change here, too. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Boy, Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful players we have in the league. Kind of took over where Dennis Rodman left off. A high-energy forward who can rebound and defend. And he's got a tattoo parlor going on, too.
For the Knicks, Derek Williams, he checked in for Porzingis. And it's Grant in for Aaron Aflalo. Stoudemire's checked in for the Heat. Haslam comes in for Chris Bosh. That's good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now, here's Wade. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Winslow kicks to Haslam. Not often you see him take that shot. Here's Grant. The shot misses. Good D by Wade. And the foul called on Kevin Seraphin. That's his first foul. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Feeds it to Haslam. And the pass to Winslow. Pass to Wade. Shoots it. Off the left rim and out. The Knicks leading by 7. Galloway, the pass to Seraphin. He feeds it to O'Quinn. He dishes it to Seraphin. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
The Knicks have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Grant dishes to Galloway. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
That's good. And now it's only a 5-point Knicks lead.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Count that one.
That is so tough to defend. He'll cross you over in a nanosecond. That move is next to unstoppable.
Now here's Wade. There's the screen. Winslow kicks to Wade. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you. And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of a great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team.
Here's Udrich following the score by New York. .141 left to play in the first quarter. Winslow with it, working on Williams. Here's Haslam, and the Heat get another bucket right there. Yeah, Greg, you know, I remember that stretch with Wade you're talking about. It seems like he finally now feels healthy, Clark, and it shows.
Wade himself said, Kevin, it was the best he felt in a couple of years. Health is such a big factor for him, given how he plays and selectively now likes to attack the rim.
New York calls timeout.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years. But he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
The Heat making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Marsh comes in for Udonis Haslem. Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic in for Udrich. And Green slams it in.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Now, here's Dragic. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Bosch passes to Whiteside. And he can't jam it through.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
No good from Grant. The Heat trailed by 4. Now Dragic. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. The shot is off. For 3, Williams. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Knicks lead by 4. And we'll be back.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City answers.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
On the floor for Miami, the big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Gerald Green out there with Dragic. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosch last year. He had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
There's Winslow, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple. You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosch. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Anthony kicks to Calderon. Lopez sets a screen for Calderon. Dishes it to Aflalo. Here's Porzingis. And it's off from three-point range.
And guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosch back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone. And I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Out to the wing. And Dragic has it in the corner. And Anthony with the block. And now the Knicks on the break. Anthony leading the charge. The 3. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for New York. And Miami also making a switch. Luol Deng is checked in for Winslow. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. The wide open look here for Bosch. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Here's Porzingis. The shot is off. Now the Heat take it the other way. Deng kicks to Bosch. Back to Deng. To the left wing. Here's Whiteside. Powered down with both hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Wade against Flalo, and that one's good. And it's 7 points for Wade.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Pass to Porzingis. He kicks it to Flalo. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Flalo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003 all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
And guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
And so he makes both from the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Here's Porzingis. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Haslam. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Porzingis passes to Flalo. New York moving it around. Takes a 3. Again, Flalo missing. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. The dish now to Haslam. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 7-point Heat lead.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Porzingis passes to Anthony. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his first basket of the night.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Now Udrih. The feed to Stoudemire. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Anthony. And stolen by Udrih. 3-on-3. Haslam a screen. Wade outside. Stoudemire the screen. Passes it to Wade. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Knicks trail by 7. Calderon passes to Porzingis. Wade against the Flalo. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And too long on the shot.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And here's a follow. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Stoudemire setting the pick for Wade. And it's Udrich in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists in the game. The Knicks have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. A follow outside. Kicks it to O'Quinn. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Williams comes in for Porzingis. Langston Galloway's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon. And then for Miami, Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Wash comes in for Udonis Haslem. And it's Dragic in for Udrich. The Heat leading by 10. Dragic with it. Now Anthony defending. Whiteside with it. Seraphin's there. Whiteside, no good.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
New York, no good that time either. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 20-6 run. Wade kicks to Dragic. Bosh against Williams. Bosh in the post. 6 points for him. Excellent D there from Williams. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
It's stolen by Dragic. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Back to Bosh. Stolen by Seraphin. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. That's good.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals. That allows you to get out in transition.
And some changes here for the Heat. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Gerald Green in for Dwayne Wade.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
It's Dragic with the drive. Bosh, he's open. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists tonight. Galloway, the pass to Grant. Outside Anthony. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
That's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
Lopez, he's checked in for Anthony. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Seraphin.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jump.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Winslow. Can't get it to go. New York's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. That's good. Now just a 2-point Heat lead.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Johnson dishes to Winslow. The drive by Green. Kicks it out to Johnson. Here's Whiteside. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Grant kicks to Galloway. And Winslow pulls it down.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Grant the pass to Lopez. And Williams, here we go. That is good.
Well, I tell you what, getting out in transition has really been a big part of this run they're on now.
And the best way to pile up points in a hurry, just run and get your buckets before the defense can get set.
Johnson with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Feeds it to Bosch. Here's Whiteside. Back to Bosch. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Throwing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
He's off on the second. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Heat out front, up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City Dancers.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Chris Bosh really making a difference here.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Bosh played a great quarter of basketball. 9 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting.
Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Calderon. And it's Aflalo in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here's Johnson. There's the bucket. Good. Johnson's got the first points of the second half here for Miami. The pass to Aflalo. Outside Anthony. Pass to Lopez. Back to Anthony. And the rebound goes to Anderson. Miami leading by 4. Over in the corner, Green. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Green's got his second bucket tonight.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Calderon kicks to Aflalo. New York moving the ball around. Outside Anthony. He feeds it to Lopez. And Gerald Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Lopez inside, defended by Anderson. Oh, and it's contested by Anderson. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. 3 on the clock. Here's Anthony. True on the 14-footer. Anthony's got 11 points.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Johnson dishes to Green. Bosh, the screen. Off the... Wow!
Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah, rim shaker and the wrist breaker.
Outrageous, guys.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Johnson attacking. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Miami, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career. But having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
The drive by Green. Bosh can't hit.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Calderon passes to Porzingis. On the wing of Flello. He's covered by Anderson. Back to Anthony. 13 feet away. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Justice Winslow. The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Well, getting back to Chris Bosh, it's always difficult to reshape your game around a superstar teammate. I mean, just ask Kevin Love last year.
You know, it's such a good point. When you think about Bosh, you know, he isn't the kind of guy who demands special attention. You know, he's not mugging for the press. He's not out there for himself. He just really lets his play speak for itself. And you won't find many bigs who are as versatile as he is. And much underrated, I think, as a pick-and-roll defender.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. Knicks trail by 8. And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. Back to Aflalo. Anthony sets the pick for Aflalo. He dishes it to Calderon. Here's Porzingis. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Porzingis has got his 2nd basket of the game. Stoudemire, the screen. Dragic kicks to Stoudemire. Dishes to Dang. Just 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by Dang.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Pass to Calderon. It's stolen by Dragic. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. That's good. Wade's got 9. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Heat.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Miami leading by 8. He kicks to Dragic. Back to Wade. Clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. Wade missing again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Dang against Anthony. It's stolen by Dragic. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
The dish to Calderon. Lopez passes to Carmelo. That's good. Anthony's got 5 points in the quarter.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Now here's Wade. He's got 11. 6 to shoot. There's a good screen. Miami needs to get a shot off. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. So he comes up empty, missing both. Knicks trail by 8. Grant dishes to Williams. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
The Heat leading by 5. Here's Udrich. 6 points for him. Bosch, high post. They kick it out to Green. 6 on the shot clock. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And Udrich kicks to Bosch. Now the feed to Green. The second chance effort. Bosch can't get that one to fall.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Grant the pass to Galloway. Kicks to Williams. Double team on Williams. A 3-ball. Rebound by the Heat. They've led by as much as 10. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
Green kicks to Whiteside. Passes to Bosch. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them. And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. Now Grant. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And stolen by Whiteside. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. And good on the basket. Book it. Green's got 9 points now in just the second half.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Outside Williams. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. Bosch, the screen. And Udrich kicks to Green. Here's Bosch. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Bosch has got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And he gets the bucket. Serafin's got 6. Miami leading by 12. Here's Udrich. He has 6. On the wing, Green. Bosch sets the pick for Green. Out left to the wing. 4 on the clock. For 3, Udrich can't hit. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. Grant dishes to Williams. They grab their own miss. Serafin kicks to O'Quinn. Back to Grant. The second chance effort. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Green slams it in.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm. And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely re-embedded himself as a player.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And for Gerald Green and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And yes, sir, that one drops. 16 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Wade passes to Dragic. Bosch dishes to Dang. Looking for Wade, he gets it there. Releases from 15. They get it back. Dang gets a wide open look. No good from the wing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Calderon kicks to Anthony. Feeds it to Calderon. Anthony on the wing. Anthony missing again. And here is Dang. There's Dragic with the, and it is good at the, and as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Heat lead by 15. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Dang and Bosch, your small and power forwards. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade, and it's Anderson in at the center. Dragic with it. Bosch, the screen. Dragic kicks to Bosch. The Knicks pull it in. Now here's a Flalo. The pass to Lopez. Stolen by Bosch. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Outside Dang. The three ball. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Calderon dishes to Anthony. To the left side wing. Porzingis passes to Carmelo. A runner. Again, the miss by Anthony. The Heat leading by 13. Anderson outside. Wade outside. Dang against the Flalo. Lopez with the steal. Now here's Calderon. He's tightly guarded. Inside. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Heat shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Pass to Bosch. He makes the Johnny from the left block. And the Heat lead by 13.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Anthony in the corner. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Clock at 6. Deng can't get it to go.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Calderon has the open look. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
The Knicks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. And a new group in for the Heat. Amari Stoudemire. He's checked in for Anderson. Haslam comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Green in for Dwayne Wade. Outside, Green. Stolen by Grant. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Porzingis passes to Grant. It's stolen by Haslam. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. Green against Anthony. Now Green. Shot clock at 6. And Haslam kicks to Winslow. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Anthony dishes to Grant. Out left to the wing. Porzingis passes to Lopez. The wide open look here for Anthony. And there's another one for the Knicks. The Heat leading by 6. Outside Dragic. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That is his first foul of the game. Whiteside's checked in for Miami. Outside Dragic. Haslam a screen. Dragic kicks to Haslam. Winslow dishes to Green. But they'll get another chance. He feeds it to Whiteside. To end the drought. Dragic left side. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup. And the Heat lead by 8.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Grant the pass to Lopez. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting for New York.
You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark. They won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
Whiteside kicks to Winslow. Feet out. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked.
Dishes it to Dragic. Fires the 3. Lopez with the steal. Grant with the ball. He's picked up by Whiteside. And Aflalo kicks to Grant. There's the double team from Whiteside. New York moving the ball around. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Bosh is checked in for Haslem. Dang comes in for Winslow. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Green.
And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Wade on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Bosh. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Aflalo the pass to Porzingis. Back to Aflalo. And Whiteside sends it back. And they're able to recover. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Anthony. Anthony's got 28 points for the game. Here's Dragic. Back to Wade. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Aflalo. And here they go. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Aflalo. Aflalo's got 3 assists tonight.
He's been absolutely phenomenal here in this close game. I mean, making all but 1 of his 8 shots down the stretch, that's huge.
Right side a screen. Right side Bosh. Stolen by Grant. And a fast break now for the Knicks to take the lead.
At the line for your Knicks.
He's off on the first. And Miami making a change here. Udrich is checked back in. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Yeah, one more make would have been nice, but they do walk away with the lead.
Wade outside. Whiteside a screen on Aflalo. Pass to Day. From deep 3-point range.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
They set the pick. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Amari Stoudemire, he's checked in for Whiteside. Here's Lopez. Grant outside. And stolen by Udrich. And here's the fast break. Udrich leading the way. And that is good. Wade's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Afflalo with it. Wade picks him up. Here's Porzingis. Banked in off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 2.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Now a timeout called by Miami. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
All right, Doris. And that one's good by Bosch.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Anthony dishes to Afflalo. Brand sets a screen for Afflalo. Shot clock at 6. And there's another one for the Knicks.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Wade against Afflalo. Wade kicks to Bosch. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got his 5th assist in this one.
How about raising his game here in the fourth quarter? Missing just 1 of his 5 attempts so far.
Shots good for Seraphin.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Winslow wide open. He fires. Bullseye!
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
There's the dish to Afflalo. Anthony with it. Now guarded by Winslow.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Outside Dragic. Bosch the screen. Bosch a screen on Grant. On the wing, Dwayne Wade. He kicks to Winslow. Outside Dragic. Off target with his 3. And so it's New York with it. They've led by as much as 10. Well, we can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
New York calls timeout.
'They're leading by 1. 15 seconds left in the fourth. Fifteen seconds left to play here in the fourth. Anthony. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And the Heat call time here. They're down by 3. Just 4 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
With this much time remaining, they should be able to get themselves a decent shot at the basket. Still, a contested three is never an easy shot.
Dang for 3. Right between the eyes. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer. New York calls timeout.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City dancers. Go on and give it up.
Here's Anthony. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. And so off the tip, it's New York. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Knicks. They've got a Flalo. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony. And it's Grant in at the 1 spot. Dragic against Grant. Dragic the pass to Wade. Right side a screen. 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the wing. Wade misses. The Knicks with the lead. The feed to Lopez. Back to Anthony. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Excellent night for Carmelo Anthony. He has 9 rebounds and some big-time point production as well.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole another level when you get supreme in terms of your stats.
And Kellogg's, right?
Yes.
Kellogg's. And it's Wade penetrating. Second shot opportunity. No good. And New York will come the other way. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Dang dishes to Wade. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Dragic kicks to Bosh. Back to Dragic. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. Whiteside a screen on a Flalo. The drive by Wade. And stolen by a Flalo.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Good on that shot. With that, the Knicks lead is cut back down to 6 after the bucket from Chris Bosh. That one misses for Bosh.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And he sinks the second. Now a timeout called by Miami. The Heat trail by 7. It's overtime basketball, folks, if you're just tuning in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Dragic with it. Now defended by Grant. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
They get it back.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
It's Anthony with the drive. And the shot falls short this time.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off. Well, Dwayne Wade in this one, 13 points and 7 assists. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards, too.
And also, how about the intangibles? All the little things that he's done. That's also really important.
Anthony with it. He's picked up by Dang. And the dunk by Lopez.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
T-Wade on the wing. He's guarded by a follow. Out to Wade. To the middle. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good from Whiteside.
He was very composed on that trip to the stripe, and it's close to being a one-possession game now.
Grant dishes to Lopez. And he dunks it down.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. For New York, they've gotten things started superbly in overtime, hitting 5 of their first 7 shots. Grant at the elbow. And a follow wide open. He shoots. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow. And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dragic. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Out to Anthony. Takes the 3. The offensive rebound. Pass to Porzingis. Grant. That's good. And the Knicks lead by 15.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
It's going to be a tough loss to swallow. They just didn't have much gas left in the tank once we got to overtime.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
Yeah, when adversity was at its greatest, they came up big. They seemed to relax a little bit once we got into overtime.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.